Y'all, stop what you're doing because the tea is not just hot today, it's boiling, scalding straight off the stove. Carlos King, the mastermind behind some of reality TV's messiest moments, just revealed his new show. And guess who's front and center? Miss Juicy Baby? Yes, ma'am. The Queen of Atlanta. The woman whose voice alone could stop traffic and who practically carried Little Women. Atlanta, on her back for years, is back in the spotlight. And when I tell you this comeback is not what we expected, phew, baby, buckle up. Because this new show is giving betrayal, power moves, and a long overdue clapback that's been brewing for years. So grab your popcorn, grab your tissues, and turn the volume up. 'Cause this is the story of how Ms. Juicy went from reality TV silence to Carlos King's next headline-making star. And it all starts with one line. They realized we need Juicy. That's what she said, not arrogantly, but like a woman who finally knew her worth after being treated like a side dish when she was clearly the whole damn meal. Let's rewind, 'cause this story ain't just about a trailer drop. This is deeper. There are layers here, like drama lasagna. Now, if you know anything about Carlos King, you know he doesn't play small. This man creates franchises. He knows how to sniff out the drama, package it, and turn it into must-watch TV. Love and Marriage. A hit bets the encore. Wild. He's not just a producer. It's a chess player in a game full of checkers. So when word hit the streets that Carlos was teaming up with Ms. Juicy, fans lost it. Twitter went into full meltdown mode. People were tweeting things like Carlos and Juicy together. Oh, this about to be messy. Others were like, is this Juicy's revenge arc? But y'all, that's just the beginning. Let's talk about that first shady contract. Yup, Miss Juicy revealed that when talks first started, they came at her with a deal that was, quote, nothing. Nothing. Imagine being an icon, a pioneer, a whole pop culture moment, and somebody tries to pay you in crumbs. Girl, no. But then they came back with a real contract, a real bag, a real role. Because baby, they realized the show don't move without Juicy, and now she's back, bigger, bolder, and ready to tell her story. On her terms. But wait, before we dive into this explosive news show, let's get into the silence. Because let's not forget, Juicy disappeared on us. No updates, no interviews, just silence. And we were worried. This wasn't just a reality star taking a break. This was vanishing. And then 2022 hit. The news broke that Juicy had suffered a massive stroke. A brain bleed, ICU, memory loss, speech therapy. It was serious, y'all. Fans were shook. She eventually posted a quiet, emotional video thanking everyone for their support. But even then, something felt off. Like, was the stroke the whole reason she stepped back? Or was it just the final push? It's because those of us watching closely knew something had changed before 2022. She had already started pulling away, quietly, carefully, like someone who'd been burned. And now, here comes Carlos King with a whole new show, a dramatic trailer, and Ms. Juicy front and center. This ain't no cameo. This ain't no flashback. This is a comeback. But is it safe? Because y'all, KNOW Carlos has a rep. The man has been called out multiple times for producing chaos. He's been accused of stirring the pot, scripting scenes, and twisting storylines to fit the drama. Former cast members have dragged him publicly for pushing fake fights and highlighting breakdowns over breakthroughs. So now everyone's asking, is this Carlos King redeeming his legacy or just doing what he always does? Let's talk about the show. Word on the street is this is not a Little Women spinoff. This is a whole new beast. We're talking high production value, big lighting, dramatic confessionals, and cameos that could break the internet. But here's the twist. The show is centered around Juicy's life post-stroke. Yep. We're not just seeing her throw shade and give iconic one-liners. We're seeing her rebuild. Emotionally, physically, professionally. Insiders say we're going to see therapy sessions. Real tears, confrontations with people she used to trust. Juicy telling her side of what really went down on Little Women. Atlanta. Like this moment right here. When your contract was up, I didn't have one. WAIT. What? She's not just spilling tea, she's emptying the whole damn kettle. And it gets juicier. Apparently, some of the cast members from her past are coming back for face-to-face moments. And let's just say, not everybody comes in peace. One anonymous source hinted that Juicy was made out to be the villain behind the scenes, long before her health issues. That some producers painted her as difficult or divisive to other cast members. And that is why so much animosity was brewing even before the cameras rolled. So now, Juicy's not just reclaiming her role, she's reclaiming her narrative. And why single quotes all ... She might even have a producer credit. Let that sink in. After years of being edited, scripted, and side-eyed, Ms. Juicy may now have a say in what gets shown, what gets cut, what gets spotlighted. That is major. But here's where things get emotional. Sources say one of the episodes will feature Juicy visiting the hospital that saved her life. Another will dive deep into her recovery, learning how to speak again, relearning how to live alone, facing the fear of being forgotten. This isn't just drama for views. This is survival, redemption, resurrection. But don't get it twisted, Carlos is still Carlos. And with him at the wheel, we know we're going to get some drama. There are already rumors about castmates showing up with their own receipts. One allegedly says Juicy wasn't always the victim. That she had moments of control, of pettiness, of power play. So now we're asking, is this show about healing? Or is it another setup masked as a second chance? Let's be clear though. Juicy's no rookie. She's been in radio. She's done reality TV. She's gone viral without even trying. She knows how to hold her own. And from what we hear, she's working closely with editors to make sure her story comes across authentic. But girl, the internet is divided. Instagram has been flooded with cryptic posts. Juicy posted a picture of herself with the caption, "I may have been quiet, but I was never gone." Carlos posted a trailer teaser with, "When the Queen speaks, the kingdom listens." TikTok is on fire. Fans are already dissecting trailer clips, live-breeding arguments in the background. Trying to guess who's fighting who and what tea is about to drop. But here's the twist that no one saw coming. One source said that the original idea for the show wasn't even about Juicy. That Carlos had pitched a different cast altogether. But when the deal started falling through, they circled back to Juicy. She was the missing piece. So now we're wondering, is this her comeback? Was she just the last card they had to play? And sis, here's where you come in. Because whether you're rooting for Juicy, side-eyeing Carlos, or just living for the drama, one thing is for sure, Juicy's story matters. She's a woman who rose up in a world that wasn't built for her. She fought through stereotypes. She survived betrayal, illness, and erasure. And now she's rewriting the script. Literally. So, what do you think? Is this Juicy's redemption? Or just another Carlos King production full of smoke and mirrors? Let me know in the comments. Do you trust this comeback? Or do you feel like Juicy is walking into another trap? Smash that like button if you're rooting for her. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe because we're keeping our eyes on this one. Every twist, every edit, every deleted scene. And before you go, one more surprise. Rumor has it there's a moment in the finale where Juicy plays a voicemail she never meant to release. A voice from her past, emotional, raw. The message that changed everything. So stay tuned, sis, because Miss Juicy ain't. Just back, she's about to shut the whole game down. Let's talk about that trailer it's giving cinematic. Think glossy confessionals, emotional hospital scenes, dramatic courtroom vibes. We'll get there. And quick flashes of tension with old castmates. It's not reality fluff. It's reality, future, and redemption. Some fans are dissecting every second, especially that look Juicy gives when someone says, "I didn't know who you really were until now." Sis pauses, looks off camera, and whispers, "They sure gone know now." That line alone has TikTok buzzing. She knows what's coming. Courtroom level drama. Hold onward on the street is Carlos didn't just stop at Juicy's health comeback. He went real legal with the old production team from Little Women, Atlanta. Yes, rumors are swirling about behind-the-scenes litigation. Former castmates and producers might be sitting down camera to camera with Juicy to hash out lawsuits, pay issues, and that infamous nothing contract. One source says cameras captured the exact moment Juicy says, "You promised me power, but you gave me a script." If that's on screen, legal tea just got real. This could be the OnlyFans drop of reality TV confrontations.